Have you ever wondered why people behave the way they do? Why someone gets emotional over a small comment? Why we repeat the same mistakes? Or why understanding people sometimes feels harder than understanding machines? These questions confuse us because human behavior is not always logical. The answers to these questions lie in psychology. Psychology is not only about therapy or mental illness, it is the science of how people think, feel, and act. Once you begin to understand psychology, you start seeing people and situations in a completely different way. Most people believe they make decisions based on logic, but psychology tells a different story. Human beings are largely driven by emotions, and logic often comes afterward to justify those emotions. When someone makes a choice, whether it is buying something, reacting in anger, or ending a relationship, the emotional brain usually acts first. This is why arguments rarely change minds. People may hear logical points, but their decisions were already made emotionally. Understanding this helps you stop expecting logic from emotional situations and start recognizing the feelings behind people's actions. Another powerful psychological insight is that everyone sees the world through their own mental filters. These filters are formed by past experiences, childhood environment, culture, beliefs, and personal successes or failures. Two people can experience the same event and remember it completely differently, not because one is lying, but because their brains interpret reality in unique ways. When you understand this, you develop empathy. You realize that people are not reacting to you personally, but to their own version of reality shaped by their experiences. The human brain also loves patterns, even when those patterns are wrong. Our minds are designed to recognize trends and make quick judgments to save energy. While this helps us survive, it also creates biases. We judge people based on first impressions, assume intentions without evidence, and repeat habits even when they harm us. These thinking shortcuts often feel true, but they are not always accurate. Psychology teaches us to question our thoughts by asking whether they are facts or just patterns our brain created. This simple awareness can lead to better decisions and fewer regrets. Many people believe behavior is a result of personality, but psychology shows that environment plays a much bigger role than we realize. People behave differently at work than they do at home, and social pressure can completely change how someone acts. Small changes in environment make good habits easier and bad habits harder. Instead of labeling yourself or others as lazy, aggressive, or weak, psychology encourages you to look at the surroundings influencing that behavior. Changing the environment often changes behavior automatically, without force or willpower. One of the most valuable lessons psychology offers is the power of self-awareness. When you understand your emotional triggers, defense mechanisms, and thinking patterns, you gain control over your reactions. Self-awareness does not mean being perfect or emotionless. It means noticing your thoughts and emotions before they control you. Psychology gives you the ability to pause, reflect, and respond consciously instead of reacting automatically. This skill can improve relationships, decision-making, and overall mental well-being. Psychology matters because it turns confusion into clarity. It helps us understand why people act the way they do and why we behave the way we do. It replaces judgment with understanding and emotional reactions with conscious choices. When you understand psychology, you stop taking everything personally and start seeing behavior for what it truly is. If you want to understand people better, improve yourself, and see the world more clearly, psychology is one of the most powerful tools you can learn.